Hey guys, welcome back to the Rob Pop YouTube channel, your number one pit stop for all things Eurovision this year. And in this video, I'll be reacting to the second rehearsals of the Big Five and Switzerland, which dropped today. It's Saturday when I'm filming this, by the way. And that is what is coming in this video. It is currently 1 AM on Saturday night, Sunday morning. Tomorrow, I will be on the way to the airport to travel to Switzerland, which means that I have absolutely no time left to react to what I'm doing in this video. But here I will be reacting to Italy, France, Spain, Germany, the United Kingdom and Switzerland with the 30-second clips that have been released today for their second rehearsals. And I'm so excited to see what so many of these countries are bringing. I feel like we've got a lot of unknowns here, a lot of, are they going to manage it? Are they going to pull this out of the bag? I definitely feel that way with the likes of United Kingdom, France, Spain. What is Switzerland going to do? There's some really exciting ones here. So this will be a shorter video because it is only 6 countries, but I can assure you that my anticipation and my excitement is just as up there as it was for those other videos. But as I said, there is not long to go before Eurovision is officially back with us, so I will not keep you any longer. But before we do begin, I would love to remind you to subscribe to this channel. We're about 30 subscribers away from hitting the 1,000 subscriber mark. Will we make it? Who knows? But all I do know is that I've loved making all of this Eurovision 2025 content, and I've loved all of you joining me along for the road. So if you want to be another one of those, if you want to join the other 970 and join me for the rest of a lovely camp old time, we love to keep it camp, we love to keep it gay, and we love to just have fun reacting on this channel. If that sounds like your cup of tea or glass of water, hit subscribe, give this video a like, hit the bell for notifications, and comment down below. Okay, we're going to be going in alphabetical order from this, so that takes me from France all the way through to United Kingdom. 6 30-second rehearsals here. That was a mouthful. And we're starting with France. This is Louane's Maman. What is that, like golden fire or like embers or sand? They managed to convert this into looking like a totally different stage. What is that? Is that happening on stage? Is that a backdrop? Oh no, that's real. Wow, that looked impressive. Is that like sand sprinkling down on her? I thought it was a backdrop, but I was like, how have they managed to make it look like it's coming in front of her? Wow. I don't even, like, that's one of all of the rehearsals I've reacted to, one of the ones that has left me the most speechless. I couldn't even work out what I was watching, but it looked so impressive. France usually go quite minimal on the staging, and I mean, it's not like they've given this a load of dancers, and that's not what this song ever needed. It really does have to be about Louane, and Louane only to tell her story. But they haven't just thrown her on stage and let her sing on a platform. They've really created a new world around this. Whatever was falling from the sky, I think it was sand, really made this whole thing feel so much more dramatic than I ever imagined it would be. And the way that the lighting was shining on the whole thing, I could barely see the stage, if that made any sense. It transported me purely into only being able to look at Louane and what was falling around her. And that was super impressive. It took me into a completely new world. And I think that's going to be amazing to watch on TV. That has really taken me by surprise. I knew what they were going to do would be good, but that was like a wow moment, one of the biggest wow moments I've had so far. And Louane, of course, sounds great and looks great. I'm purely talking about the staging, but it's almost like a given that Louane would look and sound impeccable. Okay, total change of pace now. We're moving on to Germany. So excited to see what they're going to have done with this. This is Abor and Tynna's Volevo. I am so happy they're focusing on this cello player more. I felt like he just got swept to the side before. She is fucking amazing. The cloth falling down was definitely giving Brat, and I said this whole thing is giving me Charlie energy all along. But way to make it feel current. She sounded good as well. I mean, people have been clowning her vocals for the past few months, but she sounded good. This whole thing, I've said from the beginning, is probably the most modern entry we have in this year's Eurovision. And I loved how cool they played it. I love how just like effortlessly Tynna always performs this whole thing. It's really just, I love the effortlessness of it, and that is apparent here, but I also love the fact that they've put more attention on Abor and the cello, and I think that's a really bright idea as well, to really make it feel like a duet. The whole thing felt cool, it felt modern, it felt appropriate, and I feel like they're giving this song the best chance to really shine, because the worry of it being minimalist is that people will forget about it and not vote for it, but the fact that it does have that kind of cool Charlie XCX slickness about it, I think will convince the public, and I feel like they're going the right way about this. And I'm excited to see what they've got to give, because obviously this was the very beginning of the performance. I'm interested to see whether they stay up on that massive stereo for the whole performance, whether she comes down from it. I'm impressed with these big five so far. They're pulling it out of the bag, and I'm very happy to see Germany out, because this is one of my favourite songs of the year, and I really am happy to see that they look like they're going to do it justice. Okay, next up we have Lucio Corsi representing Italy. I always fuck the song title up, so I'm not even going to try this time. It's too late at night for me to be fucking up Italian, and I know you guys will read me for filth if I fuck it up. So, let's see what Italy's rehearsal has to give. Okay, so they're sticking to the outfit, but the shoulder pads are iconic, so that's fine. Why is it they're going for the subtitles again? It's worked before, 2018, and I think it's a great way to get the song's message across. It's not too different to Sanremo staging, which kind of makes sense, to be honest. I mean, sometimes we've seen, like last year, they can almost do too much Italy sometimes, and I think that the beauty of this song is in its simplicity, and I don't think they need to overcomplicate it. I like that they haven't changed too much. They've just kind of made it bigger. It's like the same thing, but bigger, you know, like the props are bigger, the scale of everything just feels like it's been stretched further, but it still has the same vision that Lucio Corsi brought to Sanremo, and I think it really helps sell the intimacy of this song. So if that's what you love about this song, and this is a favourite for you, I think this staging will complement that. So positive feelings for this. I'm not shocked, I'm not surprised, as I was with the previous two, but it definitely gets a thumbs up, and I'm like, well, this is appropriate, so I don't need anything more. The fourth rehearsal I'm reacting to, we have Spain here. I imagine we're going to be going from the minimalist Italy to the maximalist of Spain here. This is Melody, our queen, essere, Diva. The outfit. She's like a goddess. If there's one thing about Melody, it doesn't matter whether she's on the street or on the Eurovision stage, the vocals are on. She is a performer through and through. They turned that off right before it was about to get super exciting. She was just about to be flipped and dipped and twirled into every dimension. That was a fun part to see. I mean, obviously we know this is probably going to be a lot more chaotic than those 30 seconds, but it was similar to like the clip we got from Malta. It was a chance to be like, remember the vocals are still there. Yes, this performance is going to be iconic and it's going to be Diva and it's going to be Queen, but the vocals are turned on. Melody still sounds great. She looks great. She's always giving it like 110%, and I really admire that about her. It feels like she's wanted this her whole life, and God knows that she's going to deliver it with all that she has. She looked great up there on her own, the dancers down below, but she is the star of the show, and she is the diva. I think some people do have criticism over the song, and if that's your opinion, you're entitled to your opinion, but I find it very hard to critique Melody as a performer because she's just so precise, and I just feel the passion just absolutely oozing from her that it's hard for me not to find her super likeable. And I like the look of this performance. It looks grand, it looks expensive, and we love expensive and luxurious in this house, I say as I wear a jumper that I took from Lost Property. Okay, just two more to react to now. We're moving on to the host country. This is Switzerland, Zoe Me's Voyage. This is very intimate, which is correct. The right choice. I feel like if this is going to give me voila teas in the staging, right down to the shaky camera girls. I'm obviously going to need to see more to know what they're going to do with that, but giving it the voila effect of just having like a one camera moment and it being very close to the face and just letting you soak in the beauty of the lyrics and the almost like a cappella vocals, the lack of instrumentation. Like, well, this song is so beautiful to me. It's been in my top 10 throughout this entire year, and I think they know just how to capture this. Obviously last year they had Nemo jumping, running and flying around that stage. This year, the complete opposite. This is bliss. Zoe sounds perfect, and I really think that this, I haven't seen it in the top 10 of the odds, but in my opinion, this is a shoo-in for the top 10, and especially if they're going to give this the classy staging that it deserves. I see this being another really good result for Switzerland, and I'm liking the look of this. God knows I bang on about how much I hate a wide shot. I love me a long shot. I love me like a single shot moment. It really feeds what matters to me and makes me tick. Okay, the very last rehearsal that I'm going to be reacting to of this whole year, and it is my home country. It has all come to this. This is the 30-second clip for Remember Monday. What the hell just happened? What are the United Kingdom going to bring for me this year? Okay, outfits. A little bit fancy dress, but it kind of works. Aww. I get such a real sense of friendship from them. Like, they actually are friends, but it really helps. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. I've never posted this online, and I don't think I've even said it in one of these videos, but I was saying to my boyfriend the other day, if they have any sense, they will say to these girls, they will have like their own like Eurovision version, the way that they've done for the last, I want to say 3 years, yeah. Spaceman, I Wrote a Song, Dizzy, all had different versions that went to Eurovision, which kind of allowed them to play to the strengths. And clearly the strength of this song is the vocalists and the fact that Remember Monday are amazing at harmonies and vocal acrobatics. They're one of the best in the whole competition. So I loved hearing at the end that they kind of went off script to the studio version, and they gave us an amazing harmonious belt, and that is jury bait, ladies and gentlemen. They sounded superb, not a single vocal was off. Didn't see a lot going on with the staging. It felt quite bare in what we were seeing there. That does worry me. I kind of hoped they would do a bit more with the staging. Maybe they just didn't show it at this part of the song, because it's kind of when it breaks down into a softer moment. Maybe there is more chaos going on. I hope so, because as much as these girls are great vocalists, we need more staging wise than just them. A little bit costumey rather than giving fashion in any way, but it kind of just feels British and people like a stereotype. I mostly feel positive about this. I'm not screaming from the roof, but there's plenty where I'm like, I'm satisfied. I think they've got this under control enough that I'm gonna watch this and I'm gonna be like, you know what? I'm proud of these girls. This isn't my favourite song of the year. It's not my favourite song that the UK have ever sent, but Remember Monday are such great participants. They really are doing me proud, and the sense of like friendship and love that they have was so apparent even in that 30-second clip. But I think Europe will fall in love with them too. So this was a good clip, and I think I enjoyed every rehearsal, to be honest. So those are my opinions, but what do you think? Please let me know down below. I would say my highlight from that whole thing has to be France. That's probably one of my biggest wow moments from the entirety of the 37 songs that I've seen. An absolute triumph of a 30-second preview that was, but Switzerland looked amazing. I was impressed with Germany. So the big five and the host countries look like they're bringing it this year. Positivity all round, not much negativity to bring here. So that's how I feel, but if you feel differently, I always love to hear you, but I hope you can keep it positive and light, because we just love in this comment section. But this is more than likely the very last video that I will make for this Eurovision year, as I'm flying to Basel in I have no idea, about 28 hours now. It's very, very close. So I do need to get editing this video, but thank you so much to every single one of you who has even just watched 1 second, 10 seconds, one video. I really appreciate it from every single one of you. I've loved this Eurovision year. Sending love to you all out there in Europe. I'll see you in Eurovision, and for now, good night.